To salvage that video. Just I noticed if power goes out or something happens with the computer, it just stops and doesn't save it. Oh shoot, I hear my phone. I don't know what it is. Maybe that's not my phone. I still don't know where my phone is. It might be in the bathroom or something. So, before I talk about the collapse, I wanted to just point out that I have certain things that I like to do when I was a child, when my kids were kids or children under 18 and over 18, where I wanted to celebrate holidays. And in order to celebrate holidays, you don't have to do it with anyone else. There could be decorating, there could be special foods, there could be gifts or cards or nothing like that. It could be something like, let's do something different. Like go to a different park or go, like, why is it always going to be walking? My body is feels like it's killing me. Why can't it be like going to use one of these $5 movie tickets that I keep downloading from T-Mobile or whatever, things? Why can't it be going to Panera? What I got an opportunity to get some gift cards for some of these surveys, like Denny's or something, and I'm learning now that people are putting salt and seasoning in salads, and I'm like, no. I'm like, I usually don't see seasonings in my salads, but if they use salt in public salads at restaurants, public salads, I'm concerned because I'm not doing salt, one, and B, a lot of salt has anti-caking agents, and they contain corn. What is the one? You get those cute little double row, and you break it, and the salt comes out or the pepper comes out. Those cute little things. I can't remember. I don't know about silica. I can't remember what else they put in there. Maybe it's just straight up corn starch. I'll have to find some regular salt. I don't do Morton's or anything like that. And now I've cut out salt altogether again because of my body is hoarding whatever, fluids, fat, whatever. Try to celebrate a personal holiday that was occurring this week, and I hadn't known an exact date, so I knew that last weekend was the weekend before this special holiday, and then this coming weekend, today's Wednesday, so in a couple of days would be the other end. I said in May, I contacted someone on Mother's Day, and they said, oh, we're going to be in town for this event, this art event. I was like, okay, I help them around. I messed up and made an appointment on Saturday. Actually, I rescheduled that for something else. I said, oh, I hope I don't miss 10. But that ended up the next Saturday. I would have kicked myself. But the next Saturday, there ended up being an event, which was a couple days ago. And I was able to attend that. And I had said in advance with my partner. And then my partner's not getting ready. So I'm thinking, he's not interested. He's not talking about the day before. And I've been talking about May to June, June to July. At least 2 months. And this thing is on our street, so it's not like we had to get up and go somewhere and pay for parking and all this stuff. So I ended up going on the Sunday. There's one last half a day of the event, so all the big stuff was already done. So it was pretty disappointing because then he couldn't meet one of the artists who I'm friends with, friends of their family. It's sad. It'd be like having a friend in the symphony and them wanting to hang out a little bit for part of the day, and then your partner doesn't go with you, and then you just feel like a chump. We used to play champ or chump in tennis. And then I had already stated in the beginning of June that I wanted to do something special for this holiday, and either go camping or go to the beach or something different on one of the weekends. I actually wanted to do it on more than one of the weekends. I know people get tired. I know I have work. I still have work to do, whether I get paid or not. I still have a lot of work to do. Some of it will contribute to being paid because I will be calling the insurance companies or Availity, who's losing my claims for some weird reason. But what do you do? What I have done? What do you do? And what I have done over the past few years? My kids stopped celebrating holidays with me. I would make them Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner and this and that, and they would take the food into their room, shut the door. And I was like, can't we sit at the table and eat together, this or that? And we did sometimes, but it was always a messy table anyways. Let's sit in front of the couch sit in front of the TV on the couch. We didn't really have a couch, we had a futon. So it was pretty sad. So having OCD hoarding and OCD non-hoarding perfectionism, or you don't want to do your work because you know it's not going to be perfect, or if it is perfect, it's taking you months and months and years to do it instead of a couple hours like a normal person, literally. I have been getting in the vehicle and driving away to this park down the road that's got a little bit of water view, and then coming back, and then I usually try to take some recycling with me. The other place we lived, it was a little bit closer to that place, but now I feel like it's a 40-minute drive one way. The vehicle I've been using has been not working. The radiator just broke and it's fixed, but the battery keeps not working, and the key doesn't work in the door or the ignition very well. It's really tricky to get in the vehicle and to get the vehicle started, and then the battery keeps slipping loose. So it doesn't feel like I want to be somewhere without a cell phone signal driving around. So there's a library nearby, which I don't like. I don't like going to libraries. They're so loud. People are just coughing all over everything. And this is ridiculous. You're limited. If you try to use your computer, you can only use it for a certain amount of time. And if you do set up your stuff, it seems near impossible. Like if you actually had to get up and go get a drink of water or use the bathroom, so you had to pack everything up again. And I don't know. Like maybe I'll do that today. I think I'm going to do that today. I have a lot of work to do today, though. Oh shoot! Speaking of work, my alarm's going to go off soon. I am embarrassed about my speaking because this is really hurtful, and I don't want people to feel this hurt. The first two videos, when talking about being treated poorly, being neglected, ignored, being treated less than, not being compensated, in some situations at all, not being heard. I was born in the USA, and I act like whatever the people acted like when I was born. Not trying to be like, oh, she don't sound black, or, oh, this, that, or the other. You think you're trying to be wealthy because you grew up as being a number one single in tennis? So what? I just played, and I got selected by the coaches. And I started number one doubles and worked my way up. And it was mostly because the other girls, they were like blondie white girls. The other girls had like disappeared, graduated, or whatever happened to them. I don't know what happened to them. And it's really good. I almost broke the school record in discus through discus shot put. Always got treated like garbage on volleyball team, track team. I was the backup setter for the volleyball team. I remember going to camp and making all of my serves. Occasionally my serves wouldn't go through, and you rotate in and out. I got like, she was severely racist, and she didn't like Polish people as well. So the serves were started declining. It doesn't seem like then people go like this sometimes. I don't know what people do. Ugh. I think it's harder when you're doing it left-handed too. Because it's like, if you're right-handed and you're standing here, it's like tennis, and you want to get it somewhere between there and there. If you were right-handed, you'd be like this, and it would basically go into the court. If you're left-handed, it's like you gotta stand all cattywampus. But if you stand like a right-hander, you'd end up having it going back. Man, the serves were hard for me. There's something I didn't ever get trained. I just like do it. I started volleyball in 8th grade, so I did 4 years of volleyball. I was pretty good. I just couldn't play. I was pretty good. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things. Me and my friend who's African American were the only ones who got cut from the 8th grade basketball team. Or she was mixed, but part African American. I practiced with my left hand, dribbling and everything. They set up a basketball net for me in the yard, and all the skills were done right-handed, and I was like, no, because I was a lefty. And they cut me so fast, and my other friend was really good. They cut her so fast. Heartbreaking. So the collapse would be me going through my beauty products, my toilet papers, my whatever oils I have. I think I only have one main bottle of olive oil that's open. That's because I'm learning. I think extra virgin olive oil versus cold pressed. I used to always just get cold pressed if I could, unfiltered olive oil. So now I'm like realizing that if it's not like cold pressed, you can get cold pressed juice and then read the back, it says pasteurized. So they cold press it and then they cook it. And then it's like the smallest smeared glittery thing on the plastic packaging sideways that you never saw until you go to say, is this recyclable? Like, or whatever you do after the fact, after you drink it. Salt in salads, that was another thing. Cornstarch or whatever they put in there that I'm allergic to. I don't need it. I was getting Fred Meyer salads, and maybe they put salt in it, but I wasn't grabbing those salt packets because the extra ingredients. And then I would end up either buying a little bag of sea salt or buying a Himalayan salt grinder or something to keep in the car. I threw away a bunch of makeup. If I was wearing makeup right now, I would look so different. You would see, like, I didn't even wear foundation or anything like that. I would just wear eyeliner and mascara. And then once in a while, I started a little bit of lip tint, and I'd put glitter on my face. I didn't even bring my glitter bag with me. So I would, with my hair like this and my clothing, and when I had my body smaller and a small amount of makeup, I basically wore it because people said I looked super tired without it because they were used to me seeing it. Because I would use a little bit of the same color as my skin eyeshadow too, just to give it some like pearliness. I had my foundation when I was a child to cover up acne scars and stuff, and I never could get the colors right. And my friend would be like, "This is wrong. This is too light for you. This is too this, too that." It's hard. Our bathroom, you can't even see if I have like blemish or something wrong. Like I needed to do clay mask and stuff. So I promised myself to be beautiful from the inside out, and by being healthy and having serenity in my thoughts. In the past like 6 to 8 weeks, I had another like spiritual awakening where the thoughts of me, especially in the past 2 weeks, always trying to help and spending my whole life, even when I'm homeless, giving my last penny to someone else. And what sucks is doing that when you have kids, and that is like not acceptable. You don't take from your kids. You giving. Who gave to them? I remember 2 people giving like $5 or something in gas when we were really struggling. One was a stranger that I went to a meeting in a beat up car with a sick kid, like, and it was just a nightmare. Someone said, "Here's $5 for gas" or whatever, and someone saw me in the church parking lot once. But I mean, how many times have we, or you or me, given to homeless people on the side of the road when you had nothing yourself? And it took 3 or 4 years to get a job. Try to get a job when you're black. It's harder, especially for black females. And if you have a bunch of credentials and education, if they try to call you in and they look, I've gone to job interviews and they're like, this is the person on paper looks like an excellent candidate, and I'd be wearing clothes that don't fit all the time. I try to contact Dress for Success with no help, not even a return message, trying to be like scouring through thrift stores looking for clothes, and then obviously people get rid of stuff for reasons, so stuff would fall apart. So stuff like this outfit would be on a clearance aisle. I can't wear this to a job interview. I don't like the words across the front. But I would go through a clearance aisle and go through the Kohl's and get pajamas and underwear. I just almost threw away like 30-something pairs of underwear that I kept getting the wrong size because I'm so fat. That's a lot of money. You get, what is it, like $48 for a 3-pack or something at Kohl's for the underpants? But I like the cotton ones. They didn't even make my size. Now I'm realizing that's probably why you have the wrong size, because it only goes up to the size under yours. Like, nightmare. So I had to make change and be okay with change, and that's what I don't like to talk about. I have to go through my stuff. I have to go through the seeds and the herbs and stuff that I bought 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. That stuff's getting old. You either use it or you throw it out and start from scratch. I tried to grow my own herbs. Nothing has grown. I have people use the word whimsical. That came to mind. Plant that's only growing like tiny little. It's not growing like a stalk, and it just keeps growing out like a vine, like my sage. Usually, I see sage, it just grows up and like. So I would have wished I had gotten a bunch of herbal seeds. My boyfriend, I was at Big Lots, and I said, "Hey, they got some seeds," and he's like, "No." And I wanted mint seeds. So what did he do? We went and bought 2 mint plants that probably cost 4 times more than a pack of seeds, and they both died. So, then he did that for Mother's Day to try to treat. So we did celebrate Mother's Day by getting some plants. Most of them died. I forgot about the lavender, and it dried out, but it almost survived. It's out back. We don't have a patio. It's like a thing that looks like it's going to collapse. We have a rosemary that's infected with mites. I need to treat that. But I wanted to do what I could and stop complaining about not having land or not buying that home that had the 1/3 of an acre. And I said, use the seed plants and stuff. Get a plastic cup, get an old water bottle. Be careful with those because they end up leaking. And you put some dirt in it, and you put some seeds in it, and you watch it grow, and you take care of it. And we even have a plant light for these plants that keep dying, and we're caring for them and putting pest control when needed and fertilizer. I can't find my little fertilizer. They keep dying. There's something wrong with this apartment. You sit in it, you get sick. Not just sick because there's no windows on the side. There's holes in the ceiling everywhere where it's just like paneling that's shifted. And there's something in here that's making us sick, and I believe it's killing my plants. Whatever, we got air filters. I mean, we have this one. We got fans. It's regular filter. Each of the heater ACs has some kind of filter. It's not necessarily a HEPA filter, but they're always all dirty. So whatever I'm breathing in, I don't want it to kill me because I'm too poor to move into a place that I can fix up. If you pay $1,000 a month for a small house and you stop paying the landlord and you come up with only $60 a month to do repairs, then you spend $6 a month to do repairs. But when your place is falling apart worse than the place that you would have bought, and it's cost, it could do with $600+ a month of repairs. And if you were to do that on a month-to-month lease and your landlord's like, oh, sorry, we have to move you out, you don't get that money back. And they don't fix the place. They would make it to just barely livable. And I'm a sucker for staying stuck in that. People say it's your fault that you're like that. You didn't try hard enough. Oh, I've been looking for jobs. I've been looking for houses since I sold my house in 2001. I've been trying to buy a house ever since. And probably the only reason they even talked to us then is because I had my husband, who was white, identified as white. He was part Native American. I don't know. They don't have the DNA test, but he looked white. And my dad, I think, talked to the seller too. So even my brother and dad can get a lot farther in life being black males versus being like what my mother and my grandmother black females. So my grandmother was mainly the white or the black neighborhood. So there's a whole nother thing that I didn't ever grow up in a black neighborhood, and that was due to racist ideas. So we're going to show the pictures, and I'm going to get off here and go drink my tea. This is the one that I drew second, and I told you that my camera turned it and it gave it a whole new look. And you cannot see if you can see the sparkles. You cannot see the what's the word I'm looking for? The video where I explain this, I don't think I posted. So let me know in the comments if you can find that video, if you saw the video that I explained both of these pictures. try to get you to see some of the sparkles.